I'm Aaron. I'd like to read to you about Saint Polycarp from Stories of the Saints by Carrie Wallace with pictures by Nick Thornborough. When Polycarp was just a boy, he met a man named John, who was a friend of Jesus. When Jesus lived on earth, John had followed him and seen the miracles Jesus did, healing the sick, feeding the hungry, and giving blind people the power to see. John was there when Jesus was killed on a cross by the Romans, and he was there when Jesus rose from the dead and walked the earth again until he returned to heaven. Jesus' friends still followed his teachings to love God, to treat others the way we want to be treated, and to forgive each other. They believed that Jesus was God, who had created the whole world, and that he loved them and heard them when they prayed. Polycarp decided he wanted to follow Jesus too. When he grew up, John made him bishop, a leader of the Christians who followed Jesus in Smyrna, Polycarp city. Polycarp spent his whole life serving the people of Smyrna, and was known as a wise and kind man. But Romans didn't like Jesus, because they had gods of their own. They even believed that their emperor, who was only a man, was a god. Rome was the richest and most powerful empire in the world, and they had been able to make everyone in the world obey them, except for the Christians, because they believed in Jesus and a world beyond this one. They wouldn't bow down to the Roman gods, so the Romans were afraid of them. They passed laws against following Jesus, and when Christians broke those laws, the Romans began to kill them. When Polycarp was an old man, the rulers of Smyrna began to put on big shows in the city arena, where the people gathered to watch Christians being fed to wild animals. One day, because they knew Polycarp was the leader of the Christians, the people in the arena began to call for him. Because Christians didn't believe in their pagan gods, the citizens of Smyrna thought Christians were atheists who didn't believe in any gods. "Away with the atheists," they shouted. "Bring us Polycarp." Polycarp's friends helped him escape and hid him in a farmhouse outside of town. One night, while he was in hiding, he had a vision that his pillow had burst into flames. "I'm going to be burned alive," he told his friends. Roman soldiers searched everywhere for him. They captured a pair of boys who lived near the farm and tortured them until the boys told them where Polycarp was hiding. "I just have one request," Polycarp said when the soldiers arrived to take him. "Let me pray for an hour." While the soldiers waited, Polycarp prayed for everyone he'd ever met, whether they were rich or poor, humble or important, and he prayed for followers of Jesus all over the world. "Why are we arresting this old man?" the soldiers began to ask one another. "What harm has he done?" But when Polycarp was done praying, they took him back to the arena. As soon as he stepped in, a voice spoke from heaven. "Polycarp, be strong." The proconsul, who was the Roman ruler in Smyrna, didn't want to execute Polycarp because he was so old. "Just swear by Caesar," the proconsul said, "and I can let you go." "You must know who I am," Polycarp told him. "I'm a Christian." "If you don't change your mind, you'll be fed to the beasts," the proconsul said. "I won't change my mind from good to bad," Polycarp told him. "I've served Jesus 86 years, and he has never harmed me. How can I say a word against my king who rescued me?" "You'll be burned by fire," the proconsul tried. "Not like the fires of hell," Polycarp answered. "Just agree with the people," the proconsul begged. "Say, 'Away with the atheists.'" Polycarp looked out at all the people who were calling for his death. "Away with the atheists," he said, pointing at them. The proconsul ordered that Polycarp be burned alive. Polycarp praised God for his goodness and then stepped up to the stake. But when the flames rose around Polycarp, something strange happened. Instead of burning him, they billowed away from him like sails, and instead of burning, Polycarp's body glowed like gold in a furnace. Because the fire didn't burn him, a soldier stabbed him to death. But as Polycarp breathed his last, a dove flew out of his wounds, and so much of his blood flowed down that it snuffed out all the flames. Thanks for listening.